You're listening to the Public Health Entrepreneurs Podcast with your host, Dr. Charlotte Huntley. Greetings, everyone, and thank you for joining me on this episode. Whether this is your first time tuning in or you've been listening for a while, I'm really excited that you've chosen to listen and follow this podcast. My name is Dr. Charlotte Huntley, and I'm your host. I'm a public health entrepreneur with over 25 years of experience in healthcare and public health, and I've supported a lot of entrepreneurs along the way. Now, on this podcast, we cover or we explore topics of interest. I say that because sometimes it's more of an exploration and a continuation of the conversation, but these topics fall at the intersection of public health and entrepreneurship. So those of you who are on this path will find these episodes to be pretty helpful, hopefully. I would love to dive in a little bit specifically about the focus on attracting clients. Now, I'm going to take a few moments and dive into this just a little bit, because the last several episodes, if you kind of scroll back, you'll see that we have a lot of episodes around attracting clients as opposed to finding clients. Now, I prefer this phrase and this approach to your marketing, your early sales, for a reason. So I thought I'd take just a few moments and explain to you why I choose the phrase of attracting clients as opposed to finding or going after clients. Now, I do say finding clients sometimes, but I'd like to have you embrace the idea of attracting clients. So what I mean by this, and I find it to be much easier to attract clients. So it's a very non-competitive space when you think about public health entrepreneurship. I think the field of public health is broad. There are an overwhelming amount of problems, issues, challenges that we can address, and we all have our own unique perspective. Even if we all did the same type of work, if we were all to start, if you're listening and we had, say, 10 of you decided to start a podcast under this umbrella of public health, even entrepreneurship, there are a lot of different ways to pivot and cover based on your perspective. So when we have, this often comes up if we have people who are coaching and they feel like they have to do something, there's a little competition. I don't think there's competition in public health, and there's so many opportunities. It's more of a collaborative field. Now, a side note, I'm not talking about copying someone's information or doing it the same way someone else has done it, but I mean that you can go into the same field, you can do something very similar and put your own unique perspective on that. And I think that's a very exciting place to be. I've supported so many people who have gone out to do some very similar work as what I've been doing. But what I find that is if you are clear about who you are, you're just sharing and being very visible about your perspective, then that is the great position. It's a great way to attract clients your way. This is a great way to give the clients, the potential clients, an opportunity to look at the options. And you're not trying to compete against your colleague who's doing something similar. You're just being who you are. This is the way that you do it in your business. This is an approach that you take to solving this problem. And the people that want to work with you are going to be drawn to you and your style and your approach, right? So that's a win-win. And I think that even when someone is looking for similar services that I offer, if they choose to go with one of my colleagues and they're happy with that experience, I'm happy for them because they made a decision that they thought was best and more aligned with them. And as long as the client is getting what they need and the provider, the entrepreneur, is able to deliver at that level, then that's wonderful, because maybe the next time around when someone's making a choice, they may choose to go with me, and then my colleague will celebrate at the same time. Often my colleagues and I will refer people to each other, and that's how it should be. So what I'm really saying here with the attracting clients is those clients who want to work with you just need to know the real you. How do you solve this problem? What's your unique perspective or lens that you bring on this situation, and let the clients just be drawn to you. It's much easier to be visible about your perspective and who you are and how you solve an approach and what makes you unique and attract those clients to you than to try to read their minds. So sometimes there's a little bit of, you're definitely going to be proactive. So maybe when you're thinking about having maybe an advertisement, or you're going to set up a booth at a conference, something like that, you're going to be visible. You're going to be proactive. You're going where your ideal clients are, but at that space, you're sharing about how you solve this problem, and you're allowing your clients an opportunity to see what's different and unique about you and make a decision. And when those clients see your perspective and your approach, and they're drawn to that, they're attracted to that, then that's a great situation for you to be in. Because if you're doing these types of activities consistently, whether it's, when I say visibility, I mean in person and virtual. So sometimes it's a live stream or video, or your presence and engagement on social media. All of these things, as well as going to conferences and setting up booths and advertising, all these things that you decide to do to be visible and share about your business, is a way. If you're doing them consistently, you'll have a constant stream of organizations and clients that you'll be attracting to your business, and having these really good, rich conversations with people who are interested and very familiar with your approach and are drawn to you. You're attracting them to you. So your conversations are very rich and very aligned. I will also say that practicing these, like I said, high visibility strategies consistently is really important, because if you go through the motions and you do a high visibility, like say you do live streaming for a while and you're visible on social media, and then you get clients and then you stop showing up on social media and start doing the thing that helped you get those clients, you're now doing the work. Well, when that work runs out and that contract ends, then you want to start all over and start from the beginning and show up again, as opposed to finding something that you can consistently continue to do. So even when you show up live, or you whatever it is you do with video, and you start to get clients that way, continue to do that. So you have a nice pipeline, or, list of clients that are waiting to work with you or waiting to meet with you. And you're not just getting one or two clients and then working on those and then starting all over and being visible again, whatever that looks like. So doing it consistently is very important. I've just found it much easier and a much more natural approach to connecting with the type of clients that I want to work with and that I can get excited about serving. So I think about where those clients are, whether it's social media, virtual settings, or in person. And I choose visibility strategies that keep me in front of both of those situations, virtual and in person. And I try to be consistent about that so that we can keep a consistent flow of, or pipeline, attracting the right type of people and organizations that are interested in working with us and like our style of business and the way we approach the problems that we solve. So I hope this helps you. And this is why, again, just taking a few minutes to go a little bit deeper so you understand why I chose the phrase and why I use it so often about attracting clients. Because really and truly, although you think that, yes, I can serve everybody, I can help a lot of people, and you probably can. I know for myself, we can't handle all the BIPOC organizations that needed our consulting services, but we're not here to necessarily serve all of them. But a handful of them are going to be really drawn to the approach that we take to solving problems and really want to work with us. And though that handful is who we are really focused on serving and really hoping to attract our way. So embrace that for yourself as well. If you really think about it, how many clients could you actually handle? If I could handle any number of clients today, my coach often asks this question. The chances are that, probably 2 or 3 clients would be absolute max. And so when you think about it that way, you really do want to just make sure that you're attracting your ideal type, because it's only a small percentage of the potential clients out there. So if you're just being very clear about your style and what makes you unique, then it gives an opportunity for your ideal clients to come your way, and really good alignment between you and your clients, and a good win-win match for you. And that could be an ongoing process in your business. All right. So I encourage you to embrace the language around attracting clients your way and just being visible and authentic and sharing your perspective and what makes you and your organization unique. Now, we do a lot of this type of work in our Mastermind Group Program, whether it's on our part of that program or especially during our retreats. This is an awesome program. If you're not familiar with it, it is best suited for established public health entrepreneurs, where we work together online and also in person. We have 2-day retreats. We do this twice a year at different locations each time. But we've had entrepreneurs join us from all over the country, all over the US, and some have come from other countries as well to attend our in-person retreats and be a part of our Mastermind program. It's a small and mighty group, and we are very proud and honored to support them as an organization, and the community that we've built within the Mastermind is just incredible. So enrollment is only open twice a year, June and December, and it's only to the people who have submitted an application. So if you'd like to learn more about our Mastermind Group Program and then consider submitting an application, we invite you to visit publichealthentrepreneurs.com, and you can read about the details and then submit your application for us to reach out to you during enrollment period and consider this is an opportunity for you if it's a good match. You can find the links to our site also in the description for this episode. All right, everyone. Until next time, have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you for listening. Visit publichealthentrepreneurs.com to learn more.